If President Trump decides to carry out his threats against culprits of the genocide of Nigerian Christians, will members of the Nigerian government be legitimate targets? Well, Nigeria runs a democracy, and it would be wrong to attempt to target the government itself. But the question is, how involved is the Nigerian government in this genocide?
The Nigerian authorities, who are, by the way, Muslims and seem to either be complicit or just turning a blind eye, have found a way to distort the narrative, to churn out false narratives, describing these attacks as mere clashes between sedentary farmers who are chiefly Christians and semi-nomadic cattle herders who are Muslims.
The Nigerian government likes to lie to itself, and they also like to pretend that things are better than they actually are. And by doing so, if the Nigerian government says it doesn't exist, well, then the rest of the world says it doesn't exist. The Nigerian government is complicit, especially in the last, 8 years with 2 Muslim presidents in a row, where they have turned a blind eye to the killings and have done nothing to stop it. Nigeria doesn't have a Second Amendment. They have no Second Amendment. Citizens are not allowed to protect themselves. And so when Nigerian Christians try to protect themselves, a lot of the time, the Nigerian government goes and disarms them, and a week later, they get killed by these Fulani Muslim terrorists with AK-47s and military-grade weapons, 50 caliber machine guns. So for some reason, Nigeria doesn't have a Second Amendment, but the terrorists can run around with military-grade weapons with no restriction whatsoever. But the minute Nigerians want to protect their own villages, protect their farms, they get disarmed by the Nigerian government.
A recent example is the case of a Christian farmer, Sunday Jackson, who has been sentenced to death by the famously corrupt Nigerian judiciary for defending himself against a Muslim attacker, killing the attacker in the process. In March this year, Nigeria's Supreme Court, with a Muslim majority, upheld the death sentence, and carefully excluded the only dissenting judgment, which was made by a reasonable female Christian judge. You can Google this. How can an innocent man be sentenced to death for defending his life on his property from an armed intruder? It's only because Christian lives are rated less than Muslim lives in Nigeria.